Hey everybody, it's John here. I cover cryptocurrency, Dogecoin specifically. I cover Dogecoin news and a Dogecoin technical analysis, aka the sticks. All right, in this video right here today, on March 20, 2021, we are going to be covering the Dogecoin technical analysis, the sticks. All right, but before we get to all that, I would really appreciate it if you guys and gals could do me a huge favor and just tap that subscribe button and tap that like button. All right, it helps me. It helps keep me motivated to want to create these videos and this content for all you guys and gals out there. And most importantly, it helps spread the word of Dogecoin to people who have not been exposed to it already. And when they get the news and the sticks, it helps them decide whether or not they want to possibly make it, an investment into Dogecoin here. Okay, so you came for the sticks. Let's get to it. All right. So as always, I like to stick with a daily time frame here for the most part. And okay, let's see here. Today's March 20th. It's a Saturday. It's a weekend, so it's a little slower than usual. As we literally see only 9.157, volume today, which is kind of low, right? But the weekend is pretty low, so I wouldn't expect any big moves. If we do, then there has to be some kind of news associated with that. So you can see here today was actually pretty good if you think about it, because it went to about 607 because it has a 19 right there. But the thing is that the day changes around, like, I guess 5 p.m., right? So with that being said, it's only been 5 p.m. from yesterday to today, and we can see that even today on March 20 here, we were about 596 here, the high, and now we're about 585. But as I've been saying for the past few videos here, that yeah, we recently have been testing the 583 for the most part, 585 for the most part, as a temporary resistance for a long time already. So now we're seeing 585 becoming a support. We saw it yesterday, and it literally walked around 585, and then it bounced off it a couple of times. So we're seeing 585 becoming the new, I would say, bottom or support, how you want to call it. And so far, it's hanging on, which is pretty good. I mean, obviously, it can dip below, which it has, but it hasn't stayed below there for very long though. So that's pretty good. Most importantly. And another note, also, I've been mentioning for the past for I don't know how many videos now, but basically the 50 MA is increasing daily here, right? So you can see today the 50 MA is currently 555. Yesterday was 549. The previous day was 547. The previous day was 543. So you see it kind of kind of slowing down. It's kind of tapering down now, because as you can see, for the past 2 or 3 weeks now, we've been trading around 4.7 to about 6, but mostly around the 5 for the most part. So over time, the 50 MA is kind of catching up, but now it's kind of plateauing, right? So you see the velocity slowing down here, and you see the 50 MA starting from an uptrend. Now it's kind of sort of looking like it's kind of like the velocity is getting a little slower, and it's getting a little more flat. You can see that. So what that means is that, okay, guys and gals, we're kind of slowing down here, okay? And I've been mentioning also for how, I don't know how many videos now, but basically, what I foresee happening here is that eventually the 50 MA is going to reach the current Dogecoin price, right, of 585. But currently today it is 555, and the previous day was 549. So we're seeing an increase by 0.05. No, I'm sorry, 0.005 per day. So tomorrow maybe 0.056, right? So we're seeing it kind of slow down now. The velocity before is 0.001 for the most part. So it's kind of increasing one every day. Now it's kind of slowing down here, almost by half. So that isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's kind of tapering off. And eventually, as I mentioned, also the 50 MA is going to be support. It's going to bounce off that. Of course, technical analysis is more of an art than a science here. You got to take into account the news, all of the other actions coming out, all the data points and everything, and all the current technicals. And I kind of put it all together and try, kind of spit out for you, ladies and gentlemen, in a more easy manner here. So, as I mentioned, also, we may see this happen in the coming days or even weeks here, because we see it kind of slowing down now. So it could take a little bit, right? If we stay on a 0.005, we may see, let's see, 0.05, so 2, 3, maybe 6 days or a week, we could see some possible bounce around here. And at the same token, every single day that we stay above 585 or around there, we are making the previous 585 resistance into a 585 support. So you're seeing it happen. You are literally seeing it unfold live right before your eyes here. So it's not, you're watching, the video 1 week later, and you're like, oh, okay, there you go. But, I kind of report this daily here so you can see the evolution of the charts daily. If you skip out a few days, that's fine, but you're going to see some jumps here and there, and it may not make sense to you. So that's kind of why I put these videos daily here, and to give you, you guys the information that you need in order to trade or invest, okay? And most importantly, the 50 MA over the 200 MA. So that means that we are still on a golden cross here, okay? Which is great. And as you can also see the MACD here, it's starting to, so it's been trending down for the past, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll say 10 days. It's been trending down now. And now you're seeing here the negative territory, but it's literally like a negative like 0.001. And the velocity is so slow, I almost want to discount it, okay? Based on that very slow velocity here. And you can see that since it's so slow here, and there is enough volume to kind of, facilitate a true movement here, it's very hard to take this move seriously right now. Yeah, it looks kind of bearish, but most importantly, I've been mentioning for all these videos here, we are resetting or going bearish in a bullish quadrant here. So that means that we're not going to necessarily dip too far down, in my honest opinion here. Obviously, we can, and we see the volume to support it, but currently we are not. So this leads me to believe that we are just accumulating, and this is more of a fake out than a shakeout. So basically, if you have weak hands and you can check a little bit, then there you go. Those are people that the whales usually want to shake out right here, or people with the bigger wallets want to do. Either get your, well, I won't say shares, but to get your tokens for cheap here, So with that being said here, if you're watching my videos here, you aren't too concerned with this. Yeah, you are aware of it, but you see it more as a buying opportunity than actually losing money here, okay? And I always tell you guys and gals to always buy nibbles at a time. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Don't make big bites. Nibble, 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 okay? It's very simple. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Nibble on red days. Never go all in. And you should just be doing just fine, because I literally do what I say for the most part, and I'm all green for the most part, So, so if you're watching my videos and following what I'm doing here, you should be in the green as well. There's no reason for you not to be in the green, because I always emphasize to only buy dips for one reason, and one reason only: to insulate yourself from the further depreciation of the coins, So if you're buying on a dip, you are insulating yourself this much more, opposed to from buying green and then selling green. So that means that you are chasing the trade here, right? So if you buy green and sell green, that means you're buying high and you're selling higher. That's called FOMO, and that's what I don't recommend you guys do. But of course, as always, not everyone is watching my videos, and not everyone is subscribed to my videos. So obviously, there's always many traders on different sides of the spectrum here. I'm more on the investor side here, and I'm trying to accumulate every single day when I still can. And let's move on to the 4-hour chart and see what that looks like now. Alrighty then. So you can see on the 4-hour chart, it looks more clear now, right? You are starting to see on the MACD here, right? You see it kind of ready to trend down, but it's starting to reset on a bullish territory here. So this tells me that, okay, we may do something like this. I mean, obviously, I don't know a crystal ball, but based on what I see here, we may see something like this for the most part, something like this, or it could go further down and do something, or go further down and do something such as this as well. I mean, these are possibilities here. We can something kind of go straight down and kind of come back up like that. So those are the two varieties of what I see happening. But I'm more inclined to believe the first scenario is more likely than the second one. Okay. So it is a weekend, so we may see some resetting on the weekend here on low volume, and then on a Monday and through the weekday here, we might start trending back up again. That's kind of what I foresee happening. As always, it's more of an art than a science here. It could obviously change by some news event or some large buys and sells to support a new trend direction. But based on the current trend and on all the data I'm seeing so far, I don't see a reason for us to kind of do that yet. I mean, it could happen, but I don't see why it would. Okay. We can see on a forward chart, it is way more apparent now that we can see the 585 or 58 for the most part being a support now. You can see on previous days it was resistance for all these days right here. You see it? If you follow my mouse cursor, it's like boom, 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 boom. I'm not gonna count it again because I've been counting for the past few days already. And now from yesterday, the 19th, we can see it was trading down off it for a long time, and then it kind of popped up, and then it got sold off. So it looks like if you're a bear, you want to sell anything above 5.9. You want to do a short trade, and you want to start buying around 5.8. But of course, that's a very narrow range here, and you can see it kind of being supported by these wicks on these candlesticks here. So what this kind of tells me that if people are looking for deals here, anything above 5.9, anything above 5.9 for the most part, people are selling off for the most part. They don't really see that as a deal. And you're seeing that being reflected in the candlesticks, right? People are voting with their money here, and you can kind of see that here. So, um, again, 585 looks like a temporary support. Obviously, it was a resistance, but what we are now seeing it live. Sorry to see it transition into a support here. Okay, there's no guarantee of this because it is starting off. Obviously, it could break down and pop back up, but that's how it is sometimes. And also the forward chart as well. You can see I've been mentioning for the past few days as well. You're seeing the 50 MA becoming a support now. Yesterday, and the past few days where it literally hits it and it bounces off it. You only saw one day where it temporarily broke down below 50 MA, but it got bought up almost instantly. So the 50 MA on a 4-hour chart looks like a pretty good buy opportunity as well. So if you see hit the 50 MA, maybe you want to buy around there a little bit, just nibble. Okay. So that's kind of what I see with the 4-hour chart here. Let's go to a 15-minute chart and go into the microscopic view to see what's really going on. All right. Okie dokie. Okay, on a 15-minute chart, we are starting to see a bearish decline here. You can see on the 50 MA on a 50-minute time frame here that it's kind of trending back down. We may see a bearish cross here in the near future. By near future, it could be a few hours because on a 15-minute time frame, it moves a lot faster, obviously, because it's 15 minutes per stick here. So we may see something such as that. So we may be testing 5.8 more than we want to, and we may even break down below it temporarily and pop back up. You can see also on a MACD here, it's starting to trend down and into the 15-minute territory here. And a MACD, you see it kind of popping down here, and you see the acceleration and a larger velocity here. But even though it looks really like strong here, but when you go to a 4-hour time frame and daily time frame, it's almost nothing because this move here it looks strong on a short term because on a short term anything looks strong, right? But in actuality, the volume is very low here, so that's kind of why I'm still inclined to believe that the market makers or the bots are kind of shaking the trees here and trying to get some cheap Dogecoins while they still can. Because I mentioned for the past few days, and you watch one of other of my videos here, you're gonna see I covered news about Dogecoin, Coinbase, Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, etc. here. And I believe those are going to be a future catalyst for us. And those catalysts are coming sooner rather than later, in my humble opinion here. That's what I believe. And that's kind of why I keep on buying dips. So that being said here, unless the 15-minute time frame resets in a bearish quadrant consistently over and over and over and over and over, I'm not going to be too concerned about this for the most part because this is kind of normal and I kind of expect this. But when you combine a 15-minute, a 4-hour, and a daily, and a news, you can kind of, and listen to what I'm saying here, you can kind of make your own conclusion of what I'm saying makes sense or not here. Okay? So with that being said, I will end the video here for today, and I will catch you all on the next one. Thank you for watching.